If yesterday was the crunch episode, today we deal with the fallout, not the form in the league we're after. We are through in the Europa League to the semi-final stage. We'll have the first leg and second leg of those semi-finals sandwiching a Chelsea game in tomorrow's episode as we end the episode, or end the season, sorry, with 3 straight game videos. And today, that means we have 3 games away from home. 1 at Nottingham Forest, 1 at Fulham, 1 at Wembley. West Brom, the opponent in the FA Cup semi-final, as we could potentially retain our FA Cup title. But I needed points yesterday, and Palace and Leeds just dealt me the biggest blow in our hopes to qualify for the Champions League next season via a league finish. Liverpool are sprinting over the line. They've only failed to win 6 of their 33 games. Outrageous performance this season from Liverpool. Wolves still in 3rd and looking decent for a Champions League spot unless Arsenal and Manchester United can win their games in hand. We don't face any of the teams above us other than Manchester City between now and the end of the season, so we have to rely on other people's results. But some of those teams above us do play each other. Manchester United have Spurs on this match day 33, so if they draw and we win, that's the best result for us on this particular match day. And Manchester City in 2nd face Chelsea in 8th. So again, other teams around us playing each other. So there's still a lot to play for between now and the end of the season. If we can just do our job and get the results that we need and get the wins in the games that we're playing, then it could still be possible. After the way that the extra time play went in the Europa League yesterday, I think Ismaila Sarr and Moise Kean have earned themselves a start here against Nottingham Forest. And Jordan Pickford is back. That may have been the only issue yesterday, that Jordan Pickford wasn't in goal and Sergio Romero was, and he conceded a couple of goals that Pickford wouldn't have. I don't know yet. Today we'll find out whether the form really is on a downturn or if it really was just us missing a top quality goalkeeper between the sticks. We'll wait and see. Of course, we lost to Palace by 2-1 after they only had 2 shots. And they scored them both. We had 7 and only scored 1. And Waita made a couple of very good saves. One with his fingertips, one with his tippy toes. Jordan Pickford is back between the sticks for us today, though. Why he's doing keepy uppies, I'm not too sure. Supposed to use your hands, Jordan. That's what you need to test. Not your first touch. But regardless, let's head into the game at the City Ground and see if we can get a win against Nottingham Forest. We were able to last time. Let's do it again. Forest 11 has Bryce Samba in goal. Lawrence Gabriel, Joe Worrell, Scott McKenna and Tyler Blackett at the back. Maguire and Yates in the midfield with Joe Lolly, Thiago Silva and Sammy Amiobi out wide behind Lyle Taylor. Wow. Lyle Taylor up top in the Premier League. Never thought I'd see that. Lewis Grabban on the bench, who's, as we mentioned last time we played Forest, been their top goal scorer in the past couple of seasons IRL. Forest, a side in the Championship that either will threaten for promotion or finish mid-table, seemingly with no real pattern to it whatsoever. They are a side that have some rich history, 2 European Cup wins, the equivalent of the Champions League from the late 70s under Brian Clough, of course. They were in the Premier League for a time in the early years of the competition, but the past 15 years or so have not been kind to Nottingham Forest. But they are back in the Prem now in this save, but I think they said they were 14th, did it? In the pre-match screens, so we'll wait and see if they play like a side that are going to survive or they play like a side that are still fighting to ensure that survival remains. Moise Kean is on his own here. I will look for the pass. I wasn't going to be able to get away from the defenders, but unfortunately, perhaps delayed with that pass a little bit longer than I should have. 10 minutes played. Moise Kean trying to make an impact, as Dominic Calvert-Lewin hasn't been able to do in the past episode. It was terrible for me in the Premier League yesterday. He did get a goal in the Europa League, but he was still very poor in the rest of his play. Moise Kean came off the bench and scored what would have been the winning goal in extra time if Ismaila Sarr hadn't come off the bench and scored a 4th as well. So, Moise Kean, I think, deserves to start here, as does Ismaila Sarr, and hopefully they can make the difference for us here, as they did against Sevilla. Lolly. Oh, nice burst of acceleration there from Joe Lolly. And the weight of pass is perfect, and Pickford makes the save. That's what we've missed. Whether Sergio Romero would have conceded that, I don't know. It was probably a very savable chance, but rifled into the bottom. No keeper could have stopped that. Is that Lyle Taylor? I think it might well be. I questioned what Lyle Taylor was doing in the Premier League starting lineup. That's what Lyle Taylor's doing in the Premier League starting lineup. Bang! Pickford did get fingertips to it. Good first save from Jordan. Don't think he stood a chance with that one, though. Did it take a deflection? It didn't. It was moving away from him the whole time. Right. Forest 1, Everton 0. Not again, please. I will ensure, or I will endeavour to ensure, that we don't have a repeat of yesterday. Allen. Forward to Richarlison. Out of his feet. To Moise Kean. Who's the right back. Fabian actually made a decent run that I didn't see until the last moment there, and I could really have slotted him into a decent position. He's gone again, Fabian. He's through the gap. Fabian! Good save by Bryce Samba. We'll stay at 1-0 for now. Luca Digne delivers the ball underneath this. Oh, Lyle Taylor actually doing some defending. Let's see what we can do from this one. Digne delivers again, and underneath it. Whoa! Yates clearing away as Richarlison went for an overhead kick on this occasion. Can we please actually get a shot on goal? Samba with the punch away. Moise Kean will recover possession. Brings it down well. Do I? No, it's not really the opportunity to try and shoot there. James tackled, unfortunately. Oh, our pressure at the end of the first half doesn't pay. We'll be 1-0 down at the break. Win that header. Well up, Alan. Moise Kean, short to James. He's gone again, Moise. And he's in, Moise. He really is in, Moise, and he's buried it. It's an equaliser before half-time. We will not be 1-0 down at the break. That's what he's in the side for. The striker in form at the minute is not Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but Moise Kean. Great first touch, to be fair. Really worked the angle beautifully. It's his third goal of the Premier League season, and he's brought us back level here against Forest with the last kick of the half. Joe Kenny forward to Allen. Goal at the Etihad. Second goal for City. They were 1-0 up at half-time. It's now 2, and we could be scoring a second here as well. Moise Kean fires that straight at Bryce Samba, to be fair. It wasn't the most accurate of efforts. Richarlison will drill that back into the middle. A little flick, and Ismaila Sarr from the angle. It's Kean and Sarr again. Starting this time rather than having the impact off the bench, but both on the score sheet in back-to-back games that might see us win both of those games. Tight angle that, but brilliant finish, apparently. Brilliant finish from Ismaila Sarr. Lovely ball around the corner by Fabian. Perhaps slightly overplayed. Or overplayed. But Sarr buries it. 2-1 Everton! Yates. Silva. Can I get that? Oof. I mean, he's full-on stretched there, Fabian. That was ridiculous. That's, I think, the longest leg I've ever seen. Moise Kean played in by James. I've got arriving, as it happens. Looking for Kean again. There's a third. Cutting Forest apart at will now. Looking really, really good. It's about time we started playing this well. Certainly could have done with this in the Premier League yesterday. 3 points assured now, surely, at the City ground. Lolly back to Gabriel. Here's Thiago Silva. Nice ball to Lyle Taylor. Perfectly weighted pass to Yates. Back to Lyle Taylor. Not a foul, ref. Oh, it's fallen for Crowley, who's offside. Whoa, dearie me. That was close. Lyle Taylor actually going off now. I did have heart in mouth there, as I expected a penalty to be given. Some of the refereeing decisions on FIFA 21 are very questionable. We're in for a fourth. Richarlison played in by Moise Kean. And there's the game absolutely beyond Forest's reach. 2 goals and an assist for Moise Kean. A new hero is emerging. It's been all about Dominic Calvert-Lewin for a season and a half. But Moise Kean is very good. Richarlison, keep that in, please. Well done. Moise Kean's made a great run. And we could find him here with Fabian on for a hat-trick. Moise Kean. Or maybe even a couple of more assists. Allen. Fabian. Just encamped on the edge of the Forest box. I'm going to get the shot off early. It's a good block by McKenna. I should have really known that that was going to get blocked. It's FIFA 21. Block shots are very strong this year, as you guys I'm sure are aware. Richarlison out to Luca Digne. Oh, what a delivery first time. Unfortunately, McKenna is the man underneath it. Allen can't find a pass either, but they've kicked it straight back to him, and he's kicked it straight back against them. It's going to be... Oh, I can get that with Fabian. It's going to be 4-1 here at the end of this fixture, unless... No, it's going to be 5-1 at the end of this fixture. I criticised James earlier on in the game. I'm not sure if that was in a highlight or whether that will be edited out, but he scored here, to be fair to him. 2 assists for Moise Kean, though, and 2 goals. Certainly, we have a new hero here at Everton. I titled an episode not that long ago, The Everton We Know and Love, when we started performing as we should do again and kind of took the look and the shape of the Everton that we know and love. We are certainly back to that team with this performance here. A strong away victory against Nottingham Forest. After going 1-0 down, we win by 5-1. That is how you fight back. Fulham midweek next. Another big win, please. Fulham with Rodak in goal. Kenny Teta, Luperto, Michael Hector and Anthony Robertson at the back. Freuler and Jack Wilshere in the middle. Samuel Grandsir, Knockaert and Barinov with Alexander Mitrovic as the front line. Fulham a side that we should be beating. Ismail Assar and Moise Kean keep their starting spots. How could I not? How could I not? Richarlison driven across to Tom Davies. Iwobi. Is he going to go again? He is. He's in. Iwobi. Rodak again with a good save. It was part of the Leeds series, wasn't it? Where Rodak was very, very good for Fulham. Richarlison! Golasso! Overhead kick from the corner. That is goal of the bloody season. Wow! As we get our season back on track in the final stages with a 5-1 win against Forest, we follow it up with that. Disgustingly good from Richarlison. That's outrageous. Oh, this is absolutely more like the Everton we know and better than. We've not done that before. Wow! A new hero emerges in Moise Kean. And Richarlison continues a spectacular season with easily his best goal for the club. Wow! 1-0 Everton. And in some fashion, Grandsir, Knockaert, Mitrovic. We do have to remember we only have a 1-goal lead, so this result isn't safe. Regardless of how good the first goal was, it still only counts for 1. It'd be great if it did count for 2 because it was so good, but not the case, obviously. Moise Kean, Iwobi. I was trying to get it quickly to Richarlison. We will find him and surely he'll finish this. Yeah, we're battering Fulham. We're absolutely battering Fulham. Richarlison's at it again. A brace for him now. Alex Iwobi getting involved. We're playing some good football now. And what is baffling to me is that I'm recording this episode on the back of recording the last one. What the difference has been, I've no idea. Somehow I've gone from playing the worst football I've ever played to some of the best football I've ever played in the space of like 4 hours. That's FIFA. Zakaria to Kenny. Tottenham have equalised against Villa. They're behind us in the table, I think, currently, Spurs. Genuinely not sure. It's been fluctuating so much this season. Here's Iwobi. I mean, I'm not sure which way to go here. Is someone going to make me a decent run? Moise Kean has made a run. Oh, that's a great delivery. Oh, if Iwobi got a better connection there, then that surely was 3. Unfortunately, it's comfortable enough for Rodak to recover, but we could still get another goal. Iwobi, Keane's made a good run. Richarlison's arriving. He's on a hat-trick. Oh, and he could get it on that 5-star weak foot. Great. I forgot that he's got 5-star skills now. Richarlison. Great McGeady spin to get in behind, but unfortunately the shot blocked. It could have been a hat-trick hero to go along with Moise Kean's immersion as a hero, but only the one hero so far today, and that's Moise Kean, although Richarlison certainly is challenging for hero status too. It's going to be 2-0 at half-time here. Everything going according to plan today in just as big a fashion as it went against me yesterday. How has that gone in? Alright, it won't be 2-0 at half-time. It's 2-1. I was so confident that we were just going to clear the corner because we very, very rarely concede a corner that I just stopped commentating. The cross has come in. Freuler meets it with a very good header and it's gone through Jordan Pickford. It's gone through his legs. Wow. I mean, that is an outrageous... Oh, come on. That is not a Jordan Pickford own goal. That is not a Jordan Pickford own goal. That's disappointing for Pickford and also for the defender who deserved the goal, to be fair. Deserved the goal. Oh, I should have checked those scores. I should have checked those scores at half-time. Well, we know if we win, we will at most be 3 points from 4th with 4 games to go in the Premier League. It's still going to go all the way to the wire, provided we can ensure that we get this victory. Across there to Allen. Richarlison is going to make the move, and the defender came towards me, but the opportunity was there to play the ball in, and I just haven't quite found the angle. Alexander Mitrovic. Let's not throw this away against Fulham, please. Anthony Konocka looking for Mitrovic again. Good block. It's fallen back to him. We are going to throw it away. It's going to be 2-2. Fulham with the comeback of dreams. Really fortunate with both goals, but they've gotten them, and that's all that matters from their point of view. Oh, so lucky. So lucky. Right. We go again. At least there's plenty of time left to get a third, and I very much need a third. Can't believe that. Iwobi across to Davies. Quickly by Sarr to Moise Kean, looking for Iwobi. Heavy touch to getting past the defender, hopefully. It's a tight angle. Oh! So close to a third, but not to be for Alex Iwobi. Very, very nearly the goal to put us back in front in this tie. 22 minutes to go. Might have to call on Calvert-Lewin. Might have to call on Wilfred Zaha. We have been good in this game. Chandra Kenny's getting a little bit adventurous. He knows how important a win here could be. Richarlison's in behind, and he's onside here, and I've got the option in the middle, and surely we have to score the third. Rodak in FIFA 20 was very, very good. Rodak in FIFA 21 is very, very good. Kabama brings that down brilliantly and scores a third. We will take the lead again in this game, and that might well get back-to-back victories for us. It shouldn't have been as difficult as it has been since half-time, since just before half-time. We should never have allowed Fulham to get back into the game at 2-2. Great first touch, and the turn, and the finish. Superb work from Jean-Philippe. We have our lead back again. Calvert-Lewin, actually, leaning on the goalkeeper there, I just noticed before I skipped. Maybe that played a contributory role in the fact that the ball went into the back of the net and the keeper wasn't able to get there. I'm not sure. VAR may well have disallowed that goal for a foul on the keeper. Calvert-Lewin is on. Zaha is on at Cam, as Ismaila Sarr stays on the right-hand side. And we'll wait and see if we can actually get a fourth here and kind of replicate the way that we beat Sevilla, or whether Fulham will come back at us again and make it 3-3 for a second, or not 3-3 for a second time, you know what I mean? Come back level for a second time. Nice interception by Digne. Calvert-Lewin there. Wilf through and clear. And the fourth. Yep. And breathe. We have our 2-goal advantage back again. We're going to get back-to-back victories. I'm not sure what the scores are looking like elsewhere, but we could be even closer to the top 4. It's going to be doing it late if we do, but we're still very much in the fight. Marinov into Reed, to Bobby Reed. Runs it on the far side, looking to get one back again for Fulham if they can. They keep getting themselves isolated in these wide areas and just can't get the ball into the middle. Zaha looking for Calvert-Lewin. No goal for him yet today. He's barely played, to be fair. He does have, so far, the record of scoring in every single game, or every single episode even, of this save. And to be fair, I probably will start him at Wembley against West Brom in the third and final game of the episode coming up in the semi-final of the FA Cup. We made that hard for ourselves, but we got the job done, and that's the most important thing. Now, Arsenal beat Palace. City drew. Spurs lost to Villa. Wow. Didn't quite see Manchester United's result there, or Wolves', but it's the semi-final of the FA Cup coming up against West Brom next. Seamus Coleman is going to ask to play. I'm sorry, mate. There's competition for places, but you're not in that competition. I know you're retiring at the end of the season. You'd love to be a part of this. Maybe I put him on the bench, and if we're having a great game and winning comfortably, then he can play a part. But we're confident of getting the result against West Brom after the way that we've been playing in this episode. I say today, but for me, today has been the last episode in this episode, and Christ knows what happened in the last episode. We'll just try and play the game that we've played in this episode, and we should be able to get the result. I think there's more to come from this team, certainly, and fingers crossed, there's more to come from this season. with regards to the action. We're in the semi-final now of 2 competitions, and we'll find out in the next 24 hours in real life for you guys, this video and the next video, whether we'll have 2 finals at the end of the season as well. Zaha and Calvert-Lewin will come back to the starting lineup. James will start as well. We'll go with a. Do I start? No, go on. Iwobi can start ahead of James. I think it's time for James to start phasing out. I'm sorry, but he just hasn't been at the races this second season. He started the year really well, but he's trailed off something chronic, especially since about the November time. So I really need to start thinking about phasing James out. Maybe moving him on, but maybe just keeping him at the squad for depth. But certainly Alex Iwobi needs to be taking over in that cam role. Or we need to think about selling one of the 2 of them and signing someone that's really, really, really at the very, very top of the game. But we can only do that if we get Champions League football. But this is all about cup football, domestic FA Cup football. We won it last year. Can we get ourselves to the final again this year? Sam Johnson in goal for West Brom here. Edouard up top for West Brom. That's a signing and a half for a club like them. Pereira at cam still. Diangana on the wide right. Livermore and Chowdhury in the middle. Branislav Ivanovic with the captain's armband, but there's a lack of pace there with Branislav, and we have pace to burn in our front 3. So I'd like to think that we can get the win here. It certainly is a game that we should be winning. When looking at today's episode, you'd have said that every single time we play these fixtures, West Brom, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, it should be an Everton victory. So we've done it twice. Let's go make it a hat-trick of wins in today's episode. Allen. Out to Richarlison. Look at Calvert-Lewin. He's static. He's done that so much recently. He's not showing the same appetite for goals. He's buried that one very, very well indeed. But he's lost his... Because I don't recall him doing that before. He seems to have lost his appetite for getting in behind and scoring the goal. He only did that because I asked him to make the run. And then he has buried it really nicely on his left foot. That's a similar chance to one that we missed against Crystal Palace yesterday, where Waita saved it with his feet. That was arguably the difference between us winning and losing that game on that occasion. Livermore, Chowdhury is there, unmistakable with that hair. Edouard is unmistakable with the sheer size of the man as well. But so far he's been kept quiet. West Brom not been that good offensively in this game to this point. Fabian. We'll find Dominic Calvert-Lewin here. A little bit of footwork. That didn't quite work. Oh, I was looking for John Joe Kenny. That's a great interception. Fabian looking for Iwobi. I was perhaps a little bit brave or ambitious to try and play that pass through there. West Brom looking to get Edouard involved properly now. Diangana has done well to bring that down and get it away from the defender. And West Brom still looking to get themselves back in it. Whilst there's still only a goal in it, they must feel like they can do... Oh, he's been so lucky there, Edouard. They must still feel like there's something they can do in this fixture. But Jordan Pickford's determined to keep a clean sheet today. Didn't do so against Forest. Didn't do so against Fulham. But hopefully, we can get one in the FA Cup semi-final. Iwobi is going to keep that run going. I'll lift it. I think he's onside. I'm sure he's onside. He is onside. Alex Iwobi drops the shoulder, turns inside, and gives us a second on the counter. Traditionally, it's been our best opportunity to score goals on the counter-attack, but we haven't, even though we scored a number of goals today, not all of them have come in that fashion. They certainly have done there. 2-0 here against West Bromwich Albion at Wembley. The Everton fans burst into raptures. We have ourselves a 2-0 lead, but we threw that away against Fulham and had to recover. Let's make sure we keep hold of it this time around. One step in the FA Cup final for the second season in a row. Lifted out wide nicely to Diangana. Poor pass, unfortunately. Oh, that was risky. Gotten away with it. And the way that they pressed there... Is he onside here, Richarlison? Yeah, he is. The way they pressed there, their tactics must be set to press after possession loss. Because they lost the ball there, and you could see it visibly. The whole midfield just leapt forward. Sorry, Richarlison. The whole midfield, didn't want to miss it. The whole midfield just pushed. And just left the space in behind for me to go and utilise. 3-0. This was turning out to be quite a comfortable result. You can understand why they've gotten so aggressive, being 2-0 down in a cup final, wanting to go for it to try and get themselves back in it. But unfortunately, in the process, they've actually finished themselves off. It's not to be for West Brom. If they do come back now, it would be the comeback of all comebacks. I don't think it's going to be 3-0 Everton. At half-time, You guessed it. Liverpool are winning against Manchester United in the other semi-final, which is pretty unrealistic that the semi-final... In fact, I'm going to take a screenshot of this because that shouldn't happen. Both semi-finals should be played at Wembley, and there's no way they're at half-time whilst we're at half-time both playing at Wembley. So I'll pass that feedback on to EA. But Liverpool are 2-0 up against Manchester United in their FA Cup semi-final. So it looks like, again, it might well be a Merseyside derby FA Cup final for back-to-back seasons. We just can't get away from playing Liverpool, can we? Absolutely can't get away from it. They are, without doubt, the side we've played the most in this save. FA Cup finals, Community Shields. It's been ridiculous. And yet to beat them in the league, of course. Good first touch and a finish. Oh, good save by Sam Johnson. Oh, Fabian, oh, come on, mate. Don't just let the ball hit you. I thought it was weird that he wouldn't let me lock onto it. Oh, lucky West Brom. Very, very lucky. We'll stay 3-0, and it looks like it's going to be Liverpool versus Everton in the FA Cup final in back-to-back seasons. Calvert-Lewin looked to squeeze that through for a Iwobi, but it's not worked. Quick football. Wait for the run, wait for the run. There we go. And 4-4. Yeah, we're running riot today. I couldn't score to save my life in the episode yesterday that was recorded earlier today. And now I can't help but score. That's what, 5 against Forest, 4 against Fulham, and now 4 against West Brom. With still plenty of time left. But I couldn't score more than 1 against Palace or Leeds. Scored 4 against Sevilla, I guess, but that was in extra time. Only 2 inside 90 minutes, with the second coming in the 86th. Yesterday, I was saying in that episode, I don't know how to explain what's going on. Today, I feel myself saying the same, but for opposite reasons. I don't know how we're scoring so freely when yesterday I couldn't score to save my life. Fabian's won it back. We could be in for another. Calvert-Lewin, to be fair, we do have great goal-scoring history here at Wembley, don't we? With a 6-2 Wembley final win last season. So maybe it's just par for the course. This is what we do at Wembley. We've become specialists at this ground. Iwobi's going to get to that. And I see Ismail Assar there. We'll look for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We don't have a fifth, though. 25 to go. Gallardo. Back to Ali Adnan. Livermore. Pereira, Livermore again. West Brom looking to... Well, it'll be a consolation goal only, but it would be nice for their fans to score something. Calvert-Lewin is going to have the pace to get away from Ajayi, you reckon? And oh, I'm already 4-0 up. I really shouldn't have done that, but I couldn't help myself. Is it in preparation for playing Foot Champions on stream later today, I think? Making sure that we absolutely certainly score the goal, squaring that across. 5-0 in the FA Cup semi-final against Wembley? No. Against West Brom at Wembley. Yes, Lee Dixon. There is only one winner here today. Zaha's in. It could yet be 6. Oh, ho, ho. What a save. Sam Johnson from 2 yards keeps that out. That's ridiculous. Oh, FA Cup board not actually got any lights in it. Oh, dearie me. This has been a pretty remarkable game of football. Lovely block by Hegazi. I think it's just come on, hasn't he, Hegazi? If he hasn't, then he's been dead quiet at the back. I don't recall seeing him earlier on in the game. That's a nice through ball to Odsonne Edouard. Zakaria, though, got the strength to deal with him. It's the sort of player that Zakaria should be dealing with. That's why we've got a centre-back of that strength. Oh, we're not to get our clean sheet. It's my fault for giving possession away, to be fair. It's 5-1 in the FA Cup final. We're looking to replicate the scoreline against Nottingham Forest. Oh, sorry, Jordan. I wanted to get a clean sheet in at least one of today's 3 games, but not to be, unfortunately. But notice the difference between an episode with Jordan Pickford and an episode without Jordan Pickford yesterday. Just polar opposites. It's almost as if he inspires the rest of the team, because we've been so good in every aspect today, whereas yesterday we were so bad in every aspect. Really peculiar. We're going to win this FA Cup semi-final, though, as we progress into stoppage time here at the end of the game, though. I might as well just keep going with the highlight, because the final whistle is going to go momentarily. So we, tomorrow, will face Chelsea in the Premier League and both semi-finals against RZ Alkmaar in the Europa League. We are at another cup final. We will have a one-off special for the FA Cup final at the end of the season. But there's the opportunity that there might be a double upload day that day, because we have the chance tomorrow to assure ourselves of getting to the Europa League Final 2. And against RZ Alkmaar, touch wood, we really should do that. Surprised to see Liverpool win so convincingly against Manchester United, but it is to be a Merseyside derby FA Cup final again. In the Premier League, I'll show you that table before we end. Obviously, the next round... Oh, the next game, sorry, is the next round. Oh, I forgot to bring... Oh, I forgot to, sorry, mate. Sorry. I'll say you playing isn't my priority. To be fair, it isn't. I did create the scenario in which I said I'd bring him off the bench. I just, quite frankly, forgot to put him on the bench. Sorry, Seamus. That's my fault. Right. In the Europa League, we could face Dortmund or Villarreal in the final. But in the Premier League, after 2 great victories today, we're still 7th. But we are 2 points off 4th. And 3 points off 3rd, but they've played a game more. The Champions League fight is so very much alive. And if Liverpool win their match day 35, they're champions again. As they'll be 12 points clear. In fact, if they draw their match day 35, they'll be champions. In fact, if they lose their match day 35, they'll be champions again. They're already champions. Because... City have played 35 and the gap is more than 9 points. Liverpool are champions. I've gone from all of the different scenarios and finally found the right one. Liverpool are champions. They've won the Premier League again. Congratulations. Has anything at the bottom of the table been assured yet? Leeds? No, not even close. Not even close. Any 3 of 4 could still very much get relegated. We still have Sheffield Wednesday to play at the end of the season, so we will be involved at the top and the bottom of the table. But tomorrow we will be involved in the game against Chelsea and 2 European semi-finals. Join me for them. This season finale is going to be just as exciting as last year and could be even more rewarding than last year too. Subscribe to the channel to ensure you don't miss it. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this second season and looking forward to the remaining 2 episodes, and I'll see you tomorrow.